Arkanjas C. Tormes. Good day, everyone. Pandemic increases trust in news among Filipinos. Digital News Report 2021. Junel Cuganot has the report.
The COVID-19 health crisis has spurred an increased overall trust in news among Filipinos, but has led to waning interest in news products. The pandemic has also piqued concern over online misinformation, especially from the government and politicians. These are among the key findings of the health edition of Digital News Report. DNR 2021, released Wednesday, June 23 by Reuters Institute for the Study of Journalism. First launched in 2021, DNR has become the most comprehensive global analysis of news consumption trends. This year's report is based on an online poll of 92,000 people in 46 media or markets, representing the views of more than half world's population. A total of 2,209 Filipino internet user ages 18 and above participated in the survey conducted in late January to early February by the international market research agency YouGov PLC. DNR 2021 shows the proportion of Filipinos who say they trust most of the time rising to 32% from 27% from a year ago. In contrast, trust in news from social media has fallen from 22% to 20%. Trust in media brands led by JMA News has remained generally stable except for the beleaguered ABS-CBN and Rappler and the tabloids Abant and Bulgar threatened is repeatedly by the closure by President Rodrigo Duterte ABS-CBN. Shutted its free-to-air station after its franchise to operate expired in May last year and the House of Representatives refused to renew it July. Rappler, which Duterte has also attacked, is battling a raft of lawsuits from the evasion to cyber libel. Overall, trust in the news in the Philippines, however, still remains below this year's global average of 44%. The country ranks 6th to the last among the media markets polled. Despite a still turbulent times, Filipinos have shown less interest in the news. The share of Filipinos vary extremely interested in it has declined from 69% to 65%, much by drop in the proportion that access the news at least once a day. From 86% to 81%, the loss of interest cut across all ages, except in the 18 to 24 group, and it's most felt among Filipinos with a university education. Expectedly, print consumption, severely battered by mobility restriction and revenue losses, has shrunk from 22% to 16%. The Philippines, however, defies the trend in many countries that has seen TV viewing. Surges locking down whole TV usage has slipped 5 points to 61%. In particular, ABS-CBN weekly reach has tumbled 21 points to 41%, and local televisions reached 6 points to now just 7%. GMA Network, the country's top and the most profitable media brand following ABS-CBN closure, has meanwhile widened its reach by 6 points to 59%. Online news consumption continues to expand, growing from 85% last year to 87% this year. Social media as a source of news have gone up 4 points to 72% in this year's survey with TikTok even becoming a destination for news among Filipinos 6%, alongside Facebook 17%, YouTube 53%, Facebook Messenger 36%, and Twitter 19%. The good news is that mainstream news brands and journalists attract most attention around news in Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Snapchat, although there is still no match for celebrities in Instagram and influencers in TikTok. Across the countries, concern about misinformation remains high, with 58% of the global sample expressing concern about what is the true or false in the internet when it comes to the news. This figure for the Philippines is slightly higher at 59%, up from 57% the previous year. More Filipinos say they have seen false or misleading information in the coronavirus, 63% than other topics such as politics, 57%, and celebrities, 48%. The percentage of Filipinos who have come across misinformation about the celebrities is higher than the global average. Amid questions about the fairness of the mainstream media, more than half of Filipinos feels that mainstream media have presented their age, gender, social, and economic class, ethnicity, and their community fairly. However, less than half believe their politician views are covered fairly. And amid growing plagiarization in the country to improve, Filipinos prefer news outlets to stay neutral on every issue, as 7 in 10 want them to range of views and let people decide what to think, and 3 in 4 say they ought to give equal time to all sides. Back to you, Kent Joy.
Thank you for the report, Janelle. And don't go away. We will be right back after this break.
Introducing the number one protection and defender, Green Cross 70% ethyl alcohol. It used for disinfection, sterilization, relief of prickly heat, insect bites, hygienic purposes, aftershave, and general antiseptic. Keep your hands clean and moisturized with Green Cross antibacterial alcohol with 70% solution that help in germs protection and defense. Green Cross, the number one protection.
First Nations in Manitoba still feeling effects of the fourth wave of the pandemic. Charles C. Diaz has the report.
As the fourth wave of the pandemic continues, First Nations across the country are still feeling its effects. In Manitoba, case numbers remain high, and it is now recommended that First Nation, Inuit, and Métis get a third vaccine. First Nations people both on and off reserve make up more than half of the active COVID-19 cases in the province. As of November 3, the Manitoba Pandemic First Nations Response Coordination Team says that there are 731 active cases in the province, 75 off reserve, and 656 on reserve. The coordination team has also released statistics regarding COVID-19 in each tribal council area, as tribal councils continue to fight the fourth wave and the numbers remain high. Out of 7 tribal councils in Manitoba, many are seeing active cases in the double and even triple digits. The Swampy Creek Tribal Council has seen 2,212 cases since the pandemic began and still has 136 active cases. In northern Manitoba, Four Arrows Regional Health Authority recorded over 1,900 cases and currently has 13 active. First Nations that are not part of a tribal council in the province had been a combined 1,880 cases since the pandemic began, and there are 41 combined active cases. The third shot is available now. Just to be clear, when we're talking about booster doses, that what we're talking about is wanting to maintain the very high protection levels that are getting after 2 doses of the vaccine. That we start to see more infections and more severe outcomes, said Dr. Marcia Anderson of the First Nation Pandemic Response Coordination Team. It's recommended to people wait at least 6 months from their last dose to receive a third. That's all for now. Back to you, Kenjoy.
Thank you for the report, Charles. And that's all for the local and national reports. Good day, everyone.